So to finish up the powers of I, we need to go through and talk about what to do when we have I to like the 10th or the 15th or different powers like that. So we got to remember that I itself is equal to the square root of -1. And we're going to go through and talk about how do we take that and make it into different things that are going to have to get substituted in. So it's a pretty simple little substitution, but let's walk down through here a couple things that'll kind of give us a reasonable idea of what's going to happen here. So looking back at things that we should already know, if we take two square roots that are exactly the same, such as square root of 3 and square root of 3, and multiply them together, that's going to give us 3. All right, so square root of 3 times square root of 3 is going to give us 3 because square roots and squared are opposite operations. So that means that they are going to get rid of each other. So the same thing if I had square root of 5 or square root of 105 times square root of 105, it'll give me 105 even. All right, no square root. So if I look at I, if I multiply I times I, that means square root of -1 times square root of -1. And that's going to give me -1. So I squared is equal to -1. I squared is equal to -1. That's kind of the base idea. We've already talked about that a tiny bit. That's the base idea of what's going to go on with the rest of this stuff throughout here. So pay attention to what's going to happen. And then once we get through this, we'll be able to quickly, hopefully, substitute these things in at the end.